Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Antigua Shipyard, and down here in the bottom left-hand corner we have our blue. You got me like you put the bug
Teal
in the back of my mind, so I can't just say teal anymore. It's Teal Zerg player from Incredible Miracle. It's true.
Teal sucks.
It's true. And here in the top right-hand corner we have a red Terran player stealing the color red from True. It is the only player that we've seen from TSL this season that can accurately reflect the name Team SCV Life. It's Polt.
That's right. And I said Teal sucks, and you said it's true. So obviously you agree with me. And
clearly. Clearly.
And if I said, hey, True, is it true? He'd be like,
yeah,
I'm true.
Yeah.
Because I am true.
No, I have identified what you've done with that. And
I did it.
Not laughing.
I did it.
Not laughing.
All right, supply depot up for Polt. That's pretty exciting. Also another SCV.
Really?
He's getting another SCV. Like honestly,
those are things.
He's past 11 supply.
That's good.
Did not have a barracks up at 11 supply.
Okay.
Did not have 2 barracks up at 11 supply.
That's true.
So he's not polting.
He has done that. In fact, the last series, I forgot who they were playing. It was another situation. Yeah, they were down, what was it, 4-0? I think Life was on the verge of all killing.
4 killing. And
Polt 11-11 raxed him and won.
And won the game.
Yep.
Because that's what he does. He polts. Polt, polt, polt. Steve Polt.
Is that what he says when he's rolling down, building barracks? Polt, 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 polt,
polt, polt, polt. That's what he does, and then that's what the Marines say. They chant it actually on their way across Antigua Shipyard because
hopping along.
That's what his fans in Korea do too when they come to watch his game.
It's like pop, 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 pop,
pop, pop, pop, pop, pop, pop. That's the sound that the Marine guns make.
Yeah.
Pop, 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 pop. Okay, so this is kind of off topic, but I actually remember this from beta. There was a Counter-Strike mod, or maybe it was a Team Fortress mod, where actually a team of people went back and recorded every sound in the game just with their mouths. They just re-recorded every single sound. Pew, pew, pew. It was a Half-Life. It was Half-Life. There's a great video on YouTube.
That's awesome.
Half-Life sound change or Half-Life sound, something like that. Search for it. It's hilarious because every gun is just like pew, 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 pew. And in the beta, someone tried to make this project for StarCraft 2. He was trying to like divvy it up. He's like, okay, you take, Terran Tier 1 units, you take, Terran Tier 3 units, et cetera, and there was like a list of things you could sign up for to do this project. Nobody did it, sadly, but I think it would just be hilarious to do because it was literally every sound in PQ was changed to just be some guy's voice.
If anyone wants to do it, contact me at Kevin Naki on Twitter. I will volunteer to do a few of the sounds.
That includes the music, by the way.
Yeah.
So
I'm okay with that.
If you had someone
I'm classical pianist.
Yeah, but I'm saying no, with your mouth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no
I'll
piano.
I'll still do it.
You'd have to be like.
I'll still do it.
All
right, anyway. So Drew decided to expand, of course, put up his spawning pool afterwards. Double putting up 4 queens, actually, to start. No real surprise there. Not taking the approach that Hyun likes to do against Zerg players. Of this one barracks, Polt is sending a few Marines and an SCV out, at least to try and draw a few additional Zerglings out of his opponent. Looks like it's going to be successful. Kills 2 of them, and that is going to force, or at least the Queen, up to the front to defend.
Automaton was running blocks for those Marines. He got right in front of the Zerglings, and they were like, "Get out of the way, Automaton 2000!" Blah, and they died to the Polting Marines.
Well, that's the sound we're going to use for Zerglings now when they die. Oh, nice job. He actually targeted down the 2 spawning creep tumors, effectively just denying 25 energy out of each of the queens. That's really cute.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I like that. And it's better than just doing damage to queens that's going to regenerate in 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's good. It's a slight victory, and that's what you need against Zerg players. You need a series of slight victories before you can take the big one, and we've got 2 racks coming up now. So this is the 34-34 that Polt is famous for.
Clearly.
I'm just kidding. That is going to put him up to 3 racks in that factory with the reactor, so he can start making those Hellions. Will he build a starport right away? I think he actually did a delayed starport in that game against, in the game against Life, he 11-11, but I think he does delay his starport a little bit more often.
Well, I want to see if he saves up gas and just does like a big Marauder Hellion push, or if he has a little bit different plan in store here. Let's see. No, that was just a supply depot that was coming up behind the gas there. And we do have Marauders coming up. Is this a second? No, these are just, okay, second tech lab and a reactor. He'll be able to switch these over in a bit when he eventually decides to go for just pure Marine tank. After the 4 queens, looks like 2 more being produced, so 6 queens in total. Third base, double gas, actually triple gas coming down for True, so he will be moving ahead in tech here in just a bit.
That's true. See what I did there?
Oh, I saw.
Okay. We've got the engineering bay coming up for Polt, and Stim is on the way with this Marauder Hellion push. He could get some damage done. He hasn't actually shown any of that yet. He is chasing down this Overlord and should get the kill. Nice little Marine taking the initiative. He's like, I know we'll have to go up there, guys. I'll do it. I'll take the long way up the ramp and get some extra exercise. Because
you guys can't see this giant dirigible that's just barely floating like 10 feet above your head.
Yeah, it's the same height when it goes over a cliff. It's just like, oh, that cliff's in the way.
Great.
The cliff that we can see over by standing next to it is just too tall. Anyway, we have True trying to defend, but not doing a great job. Those 4 queens are just way too far out, and the evolution chamber is not even done yet to block. I mean, it is still blocking a lot of builds, but not really going to matter as a lot of drones are already getting toasted. You can see him saving one at least, trying to build it into a spine crawler. The queens have finally moved up the ramp. There's 5 of them trying to stop these Hellions, but they're pinned in between drones. They couldn't be happier. They're just going to keep shooting until they're dead. And 17 workers polted to death.
That's right. Is that the same sound that the Hellions make too? Polt.
No, Polt, anytime he just does anything or kills anything, that's the sound that happens. They get polted.
All right, how many Hellions are actually up for? A bunch of Marauders. Tim is on the way. Double producing Marauders. He's going to make a very strong mid-game attack here, or certainly can do that if he wants to. Overall worker count, 51 to 41, still in favor of our Zerg player because there has been no third command center that's been produced quite yet for Polt.
All right, he's going to take another Overlord kill there, so True will have to replace that one. We've got the Marauders making their way. Actually, no, that's just more Hellions. Oh, okay. As Marines and Marauders, I was like, oh my god, there's going to be so many. This is quite a lot of bio units, but he doesn't have a medevac in the sky at all. No. If True were to perhaps make some Banelings, that could help him out. Not so much against the Marauders, but more so against the Hellions and Marines. Medevacs nowhere to be seen to evacuate. So Banelings, there we go, 14 Banelings. I was actually, really curious if he was going to be able to do that in time, but this should work out for him. Polt is clearing out a bunch of creep tumors, though. He's going to undo a lot of work there from those 5 queens. And as he moves forward with all these Hellions and Marines and Marauders, they do have stim available, but he's got to, he's got to take it easy on the stim without those medevacs overhead.
He gets the Marauders to the back there so they can absorb more of the Baneling shots, because that's pretty much all he needs to do. He's already done quite a bit of damage, and he supply blocked his opponent. At the same time, here come the Banelings. They actually just duck through most of the Marauders up at the front, and almost none of the Marines and Hellions die. So the remainder of the forces are going to be able to power through at least a few of these queens, or they're going to get all the energy off them, even if they try to transfuse them up over and over again, which honestly, True has done a pretty good job transfusing them, but it doesn't matter. It just doesn't have enough stuff to be able to stop all of this.
Yep, the reinforcements are now starting to hatch. They are going to be in the form of Zerglings. We've got a Spire being created now by True, and another hatch being placed, another macro hatch here for him. Another Overlord bites the dust. Polt is slightly ahead in supply and starting to churn out those medevacs finally.
Yeah, I mean, you built a starport as this was going along, and looks like he's plenty content to just kind of keep running in and doing damage. There are 7 Banelings being created. I'm not sure where. Looks like they were actually behind, and that was a really nice job trapping most of those forces, so the Banelings are going to connect. They take out a couple of Hellions, and that will help soften up at least the rest of the Marauders in addition. So True is going to stabilize. He'll hold on for now. The total workers killed 17, so just what was killed before. But still a bit of an economic advantage for Polt because of the mules.
Right, and with medevacs starting to come out, he adds that mobility. Banelings are going to be a lot less scary when he can just pick up and save all of his units. Obviously, that's going to give him the mobility to move into the main very quickly as well. And with an armory coming up, he'll be able to roll more upgrades. So with this Spire finishing in just a moment, it looks like True will have about 700 gas, maybe even 800 to be able to make a bunch of mutas. But the question is that going to be effective enough to deal with what Polt's already got out?
I love how Pult always, though, I mean, he's basically said that he's going to play Bio forever because he likes playing it. It's more fun to him. But everyone's like, you know, Mech is really good against Zerg players right now. And he's like, are Marauders Mech? Because I'm just going to make a lot of them, and we're going to see what happens. And that's pretty much every TVZ from Pult. They're
just Mech without splash, honestly. They're just big, heavy units that only do single-target DPS. But they do have stim, so they do quite a lot of DPS. We've got the Banelings and Lings rolling in. Mutalisks overhead. Not a lot of anti-air. Once those Marines are focused down, the Mutas will be in good position to do some more damage to the Hellions. Looks like he's not going to get on the chase soon enough, though, and those Hellions are going to be able to escape.
But we do need to see some missile turrets starting here pretty soon. Looks like Pult is building 2 at the moment, and does have units in position along with this bunker and a missile turret going up at the front, so he's going to remain pretty entrenched off of these 3 bases.
Okay, so the Mutas have a narrow window to get something done. They will find that turret there, try to go for an add-on, but a lot of Marines are actually waiting. He's gonna run away from 3 stim Marines. He does force an add-on cancel at least, but if he can't finish off these Marines, he's gonna have a tough time winning this game. There we go, forcing another add-on cancel and just camping that production facility there. He's baiting all these units back into the main, but does not have a follow-up on the ground, it looks like. So really just poking, prodding, trying to get a rise out of Pult, not actually doing, you know, significant damage.
Yeah, Pult should put down that next reactor once again. He is mining pretty efficiently off of 6 gas, so it's pretty good. He's going to have to watch out for this, though. I think he can catch a glimpse of this. No, it's actually just out of vision. Those units really could not be any closer. There we go.
So the Mutas flying in here, getting shot by turrets again. They're kind of trapped between 2 of them at the moment, and these Marines coming in to try to save the day. Muta's bouncing in and out. Might be able to finish that depot there. He does. Doesn't even cancel, but oh, that's not going to allow his units to get in. That's actually a full wall off already. So he could just walk around the side. Either way, Muta's still forming up now for True. He's going to bounce back into that third to try and get some more SEV kills. He's making a ton of Banelings on the ground. It looks like he wants to just distract with these Mutas long enough that he can run in that Zerg Shredder with all the many Banelings and just blast through the front of Pult.
Now looks like Pult had all these bio units on the same hotkey as the Marauders get stimmed up too, and of course Stim Marauders chasing after Mutalisk is a pretty funny sight to me at least. Wow, this is, okay, so True does not think he has a ton of options right now. He wants to crash in, he wants to end the game, or at the very least he wants to do a monster amount of economic damage. And because if he doesn't, and Pult is able to hold it, not take economic damage, then just by that, True will not have traded cost efficiently.
Oh, True is headed for those tanks. He's sitting right under those turrets and some Marines, as well as the Thor doing all the splash damage. I didn't even realize there was a Thor out. He's blasting down those Mutas very quickly. Look at all these Banelings not even reaching the supply depot wall before they are all spent. There are some Lings still on the ground. Pult does have another Thor. He's got tanks and 11 Marines at a time coming out to be able to save this, but just not enough left at the end for True to get that significant damage again that he was looking for.
And maybe the follow-ups will get it, though. I mean, because this is pretty good amount of damage that's being done now, and this is what he needed to do. But he has the Marines out. They're starting to chase after a few of the Banelings. Banelings making their way in now. The Thor is going to be in position to stop quite a few of these units. Looks like one more tank may get surrounded. No, and it's not even going to die. Oh, the Thor, actually the tank and the Thor end up going down to the next set of Zerglings.
Yep, so all the Lings having some fun with Mech just killing it all down. Another depot explodes, but Pult's still well under his cap, so he has time to fix that. But you look at the supply now, after spending all of those Lings and all of those Mutas and Banelings, Pult is ahead in supply. He's making still double-digit Marines at a time, +3 on the way for him, while True is still very behind on upgrades, just now getting +2 armor in the works.
Yeah, I remember where I said that he needed to get in and do economic damage. Wasn't so much. He killed an additional 11 workers. He had killed 2 earlier on. This has the potential to do a little bit more, but it looks like Pult is going to be able to react in time, and these are all just kind of delay measures. Pult is actually pulling most of his forces back, but stimming up to try and intercept them, but Speedlings are quite fast, and they're already out of there.
Yep, watching those Marines stim to chase the Speedlings was as sad as watching a mosquito sucking on a mummy. Just give up, little guy.
Sad. All right, well, he does actually end up chasing after them and kill them, so maybe that poor mosquito will find blood somewhere.
By Jack Handy. I have to give credit. That was,
yeah.
I wanted to use that joke earlier when we saw the Marauders stimming against the Mutas. That's as sad as, yeah, okay. We got it now. We're good. Totally covered. More Jack Handy quotes in the future.
My friend was an AM radio DJ. Every time we went under a bridge, we couldn't hear him anymore. Another Jack Handyism.
It's pretty good.
Anyway.
Yep. If you drop your car keys in a volcano, just forget it, buddy. They're gone.
Oh, God. Anyway, Bolt has a really nice position in the middle of the map. Of course, his opponent has been mining off 3 bases the entire time. A little bit more sustainable for a Terran player who puts that 3rd base up a little bit later. And Bolt is actually halfway through a 4th command center, so he's rolling through and doing quite a bit of damage. Looks like he has picked up on this base on the left-hand side as well, so True not going to receive too much of a benefit from that.
All right, so 10 Infestors coming out for True, though. Maybe that'll be able to turn the tide somehow, but tanks and Marines tend to be split out pretty well. Looks like Bolt is going to, you know, he's got to spread out anyway so that the tanks don't splash down his Marines. Also, it saves them against Baneling attacks like this one. Looks like True will be able to get through all of this, though. You can see a fungal on the far right for the last of those units, so True is definitely fighting back. These Marine splits from Bolt are very impressive, though, keeping everything active and moving. The fungals never hit more than about 3 Marines at a time, and True actually GG's after losing that last force there.
Yep, there wasn't much of a chance for him, and Bolt does start the comeback a little bit more TSL. They're at least on the board now. It's not going to be a shutout, 3-1.